With Monster Hunter Wilds being just around the corner and already looking to be a Game of the Year contender, you may be looking to pre-order the game or get one of the more expensive editions, that is the Deluxe Edition or the Premium Deluxe Edition. And seeing as these two different editions come with a bunch of goodies, in this video I will be going through every item included in each version of the game so that you can decide for yourself if it's worth it to get the Deluxe Edition or the Premium Deluxe Edition for Monster Hunter Wilds, or just get the Standard Edition. With that being said, hello everyone, my name is Dark Hero and let's get started. Now the first thing to compare about all of these different editions is their price. The Standard Edition of Monster Hunter Wilds is going to cost you $70 US, whereas the Deluxe Edition is going to cost you 20 more at $90. And finally, the Premium Deluxe Edition is going to cost $110. So what exactly is on offer here and is it worth it for you? First off, just by pre-ordering the game, you'll be able to get a cosmetic armor set in the form of the OG Guild Knight layered armor set, which looks beautiful. It's a very iconic armor set in the series, and if you want to get it, do not forget about pre-ordering the game. And remember that in Monster Hunter Wilds, your hunter will be able to wear both the male and the female armor pieces, so you're going to have more customization options for your hunter. Additionally, by also pre-ordering the game, you'll be able to obtain the Talisman Hope Charm. Now unfortunately, we don't exactly know what this talisman is going to give you, though I would not expect it to be a powerful skill, instead something that is there to just help you in the early game while you still don't have a talisman, and as you play through Wilds and eventually craft a few different talismans, you're likely going to be replacing this one pretty early. On top of all of that, you'll also be able to get another cosmetic item with the Standard Edition of the game, and that is a special Palico pendant that you'll be able to equip on your weapon as well as your sacred. Furthermore, if you have saved data from Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, you'll be able to obtain two different armor sets for your Palico, those being the Feline Leather set and the Feline Duffel set, along with their respective weapons and a special unique nameplate. And those are all of the goodies that you're able to obtain with only the Standard Edition of the game. Now if you do decide to upgrade from the base version of the game, here's what you get with the $90 Deluxe Edition. Starting with the Hunter Layered Armor Set Feudal Soldier, which has a very cool traditional samurai looking aesthetic, and you also get the matching Feline Layered Armor Set Feline Ashigaru to match. And as you can see from the background, these two actually look very good. And as a small reminder, the layered armor sets do not have any gameplay implications, they are purely cosmetic sets that you can equip on top of your already existing set, simply to change the way that your character or your Palico looks. Additionally, you also get a couple of headpieces for your armor, those being the Fencer's Eye Patch and the Oni Horn's Wig, that you can see on screen now together with the pendant that is titled Avian Wind Chime. You also get the Soldier's Caparison Sacred Decoration and the General's Caparison, which allows you to customize the way that your sacred looks. Now keep in mind that you'll still be able to change the way that your sacred looks, you'll be able to change its colors, and likely you'll get more sacred decorations as you play through the game, but you get these two additional options by getting the Deluxe Edition. You also get a couple of special hairstyles, those being the Hero's Top Knot and the Refined Warrior, along with a couple of face paint, those being the Hunter's Kumadori and the Special Bloom. On top of that, for communications, you also get two special gestures, those being the Battle Cry and Uchiko, along with the sticker set Avis Unit Monsters of the Windward Plains. And finally, you get a special nameplate. Now let's move on to the content that you receive on top of all of this in the $110 Premium Deluxe Edition. To start off, you get a special recording of the 2025 version of Proof of a Hero that you'll be able to play in your tent or while roaming around the village. You'll also get a special layered armor in the form of the Wyverian ears, along with special items for your hunter profiles such as a background picture, along with a special pose and a nameplate. Additionally, once the cosmetic DLC pack number 1 and number 2 are released, with the first one coming in spring 2025 and the second one summer 2025, you will of course receive them, and the first cosmetic DLC pack will include one special hunter layered armor that is comprised of 5 different armor pieces and one separate piece, together with 2 sacred decorations, 6 different pendants, 1 pose set, 1 sticker set, 1 background music set, 1 additional face paint, and 2 items for your pop-up camp customization. Sadly, we don't have a picture of how these are going to look like, but at least Capcom has listed what they are going to include. And as you would expect, the same thing goes for the Summer 2025 DLC Pack 2, but it's going to be slightly different, as you get 1 full layered armor set comprised of 5 armor pieces, 6 pendants once again, 2 different sets of gestures, 2 different hairstyles, 2 different face paints, and 1 sticker set. Again, you you are kind of buying on a promise here that you like what you're going to be able to get from these DLC packs, since you don't know what exactly they are going to be. Though it should be noted that if you get the base version or the deluxe version of the game, you can still purchase these cosmetic DLC packs separately. Though it should be noted that of course you're going to have plenty of cosmetics throughout the game, and there's going to be many events, which of course you can expect will add plenty of more additional layered armors, like it was the case in Monster Hunter World with the festivals. I think it's also important to mention that we're going to be getting free content updates in Monster Hunter Wilds, just like we did in Monster Hunter World and Rise. And in fact, we already know what the first monster that is going to be added as part of the free title update number 1 is going to be, which is none other than the iconic Leviathan Mizutsune. And naturally, you don't need to purchase any of these different versions of the game if you don't want to. I just wanted to make this video so that everybody can be informed when making their purchase decision. That being said, they do have a couple more bonuses that you can obtain in the game that can actually provide you with some benefit that isn't just a cosmetic. But don't worry though, it's nothing pay to win. So by linking your account to Capcom ID, which is their new service that they use for crossplay and everything else, you will be able to get a pack of items. Now the items that they show you here on screen are a ration, some wyvern eggs which are likely trade-in items you can trade to get some zenny, demon powder and armor powder, and I'm not quite sure what the blue one is. I believe it's the same as the herbal medicine in the form of powder, but I've never really used this. But the point is you can get some consumables out of doing this, though of course it's not mandatory. You're going to be able to get all of these consumables in the actual game, and you likely won't get a ton of them out of doing this, so hey, only do it if you really want to. Now what is more appealing is that they are actually running a campaign where they can give you a ton of armor spheres. So the official Twitter account has announced on Twitter that they are running a hype campaign for Monster Hunter Wilds where if you use a post using the hashtag Wilds Armor Spheres, or if you repost their post, whatever it might be, it's going to count towards reaching the goal of 100,000 posts, in which they're going to give away 1 armor sphere for every 1,000. So if we reach that goal, we would be able to get 100 armor spheres once the game releases, which is an absolutely crazy number. In case you aren't aware, if you are a new player coming into the series, armor spheres is one of the materials that you use to upgrade the defenses on your armor sets. They're not difficult to obtain. There's usually plenty of quests, especially dedicated event quests, that are there specifically for you to get more armor spheres, and in the actual game there likely is going to be some way for you to trade in the materials you don't want to obtain armor spheres in return. So it's not like there's not going to be ways to farm this efficiently, but having 100 from the get-go is a very impressive number. So if you want to get this, go to their Twitter and repost and everything, and we might just get these. I should also mention that there is some content that is exclusive to PlayStation users, though it is fairly small. If you pre-order Wilds on PlayStation, you'll get a digital mini art book as a special reward on top, though because it is essentially just pictures, you're likely going to be able to find all of this online, so you won't be missing out on much if you don't get the game on PlayStation. And that is it for all of the items that you'll be able to get with the different editions of Monster Hunter Wilds. Let me know which one you're going to be getting and how excited are you for the game. Again, I want to emphasize that none of this is pay to win, it's all purely cosmetic stuff, and you likely are going to have plenty of ways of getting the layered armors. And as is tradition with Monster Hunter, we're going to be getting plenty of event quests which are going to give us new gestures, new stickers, and even more cosmetics, all of that for free, and again on top of the free title updates. The question remaining is, how deep does the layered armor system go in the launch version of the game? Because back in World and Rise, for example, you couldn't really get the layered armors you wanted right away. It actually took some updates, and then you had to farm a bunch to be able to get the layered armors you wanted. So we might have to wait for a little bit before we actually get our hands on layered armor. That's something that we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, you can simply wait for the game's release before you make your purchasing decision, or even if you buy the game, you can then upgrade to any of the deluxe editions to get the cosmetics you want. You are not locked away from these cosmetic DLC packs, so don't feel pressured into spending money in the game, but of course if you simply want to support the developers, that is something you can do. At the time of me recording this, we're only 15 days away from the release of the game, and I've got a ton of videos prepared for you guys, so please subscribe to the channel if you are looking forward to more Monster Hunter Wilds content. With that being said, my name is Dark Hero, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy hunting!